Ugh. Speaking so nasally. Ugh. Right, and we're back. None of this Russian translate business. Got some games to cast. So we are on Bedouins, but so it is still Bedouins. Just I think they got the wrong map file because there have been some changes to the S, Y, and C for this Nations Cup in terms of the maps. Like slight changes that in terms of being a bit more open. Things like Mongolia, for instance, will be a bit more open, not so cliffy that it's just a wall fest. Basically, any Chinese team's wet dream. But anyway, we're back in, and good God, this is a TC. Look how much shawfish he has right next to him. And this is actually Teal, so this is going to be Kirch playing as the Chinese. So we're going to go on the Russian team once more. This is actually 1-0 up for the China Frantic, for anyone who's just tuning in. This is the home map for the Russian team, and they've chosen SY Bedouins. The other player in the team, of course, is going to be Vic Warrior here playing as the Persians once again. Just like last game, he's going to TC up towards the north end of the map. And last but not least, we're going to have Winchester towards the south. Pretty much got all their positions near enough perfect. He's going to put his to the south next to the Shawfish and his lumber line over here. To the south of him, though, is actually on a Chinese player, which is going to be Tim. Tim here playing as a Chinese. Quite interesting. Best Russian streamer. That's me. He's playing as Chinese. Got to a good start here. Nice shawfish pond. Looking pretty good so far. Nothing too serious. The other though on the team is going to be CL in the green here, playing as the Mayans. And last but not least, towards the north, he's going to have Sobi here playing as the Spanish. So pretty much very different here. It's a bit like the other game. I think it was just now being played. It was Netherlands A versus Vietnam A, I want to say. And they picked pretty much a similar lineup in terms of difference. So the only thing that stay the same is that there's Chinese both being picked on both sides, but the Russians have gone for Spanish as well. But it's the Persian versus the Mayan situation here. Some teams like to pick for the Mayans, some teams like to pick for the Persians. Sometimes about personal preference, maybe it's about an actual end goal. Some players feel like they're more comfortable, like Vic Warrior might feel like he's a bit more of a better player with the Persians and wants to utilize that for his team. Maybe wants to get a little bit more aggressive with the Stables and the Knights, but we'll see. Anyway, so looks like it's Xing out already. Winchester basically saying, hey, Tim's there. I'm going to get those early walls up. Ooh, go on, get that sheep. Get that sheep. Oh, I think he just blocked it off. Nope. Oh, and they're just injured. No lube. Oh. Is she going to make it? Da-na, da-na-na-na-na. Oh, okay. Everything's fine. It's kind of for a bit of, girl-on-girl action. See who wins. See who wins. But anyway, looks like we're going to move away from here. Looks like nothing else is going to happen further on. A few deers there, actually, there for Winchester to take if he feels like it. And surprisingly, no Mongols is actually picked in this map, but it looks like they want a preference on the Mayans and the Persians. And even Persians makes a good amount of sense for a nomad style start, and as well as Mayans do. It's, again, as I just said earlier, about personal preference, I think, rather than in this set of games anyway. So meanwhile, though, Mill's already been put up here from Warrior towards the end of this shawfish pond, just to get that extra efficiency. For someone like Tim, it's fine, because look at that, like he's pretty much in, doesn't have to move around just yet. He's already got another mill already in place here for the next shawfish pond, so looking good for him. He's also got a board not too far away from him to be able to take. It could be contested here by Winchester if he feels like he wants to contest it, but we'll see. Should just expect a fast start. And then it depends on what the game plan is. Now, for someone like CL, I expect him to go towards a fast castle. He's got stone right next to him, which is fantastic. And I expect him to probably go up and maybe go into plumes. I can't see why he needs to go feudal age. He's too far away from his opponents to be able to do some sort of flush. He could try and do a forward, but that's quite risky to try and pull off. And he's safe. He doesn't really need to be able to go out too far to collect his resources. The stone's close by. The gold's a little bit far out, but you can use the market blacksmith to click up and then drop the castle if he wants to, like here. But that's quite far away from his base, but if he wanted to, drops it here, and then mine the gold safely. But yeah, I expect it to go up to Castle Age and then do some plumed archers. The flanks, meanwhile, should, or anyone particularly who's got scouts available to them, maybe China or the Persian player in particular, would be one who could utilize this. It looks like the Chinese player is going to be first to click up here. That's going to be Kirch. So the next board is actually going to get brought in here. Interesting, it's not so great here for Warrior. Having to go onto sheep at this time of the game on Bedouins is quite slow. You're definitely going to be affected by the start. He should, if you ask me, branched out a bit further to pick up that next shellfish pond. If you see on his Fog of War, he does see it. Like, he sees that. Okay, I'm going to slow the game down. It's a little bit freezing. So, anyway, he sees that. I generally feel like he should put the mill there. Because he pretty much knows the fact that Tim's towards the south. So the other two players will have to be on the opposite side, like over here or over here. I'm only criticizing pretty much because of the fact that I feel like he can be a bit more efficient in this Dark Age approach. But anyway, moving on. The good news for Tim is that because it's towards the edge of the map, the lumber situation is really good for him. You can just start lumber camping right on the edge where it's all forest. And same goes actually likewise a little bit here for CL. He's pretty safe, so he can just start to go towards the back of the map, and he's even found some extra gold there, I hope. So really good for him. But here we go. So Feudal Age now in for Kirch. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. He's going to go for scouts, great, but he's got to make this pay off, man. In terms of the fact that he's going to be up later to castle than most other people here. Maybe not for Tim. Tim's going up relatively early. He's on 22 population. It's a couple more extra than Kirch. But, you know, this makes more sense, though, for Kirch to go up a bit earlier. Because the food income's insane. And there's so much of it available to him that he doesn't actually need to go on, like, 22 population up to go to Feudal Age to run a Feudal Rush build. You can do it easily on 19, 20, 19, 18, maybe? Like a Mongol sort of thing. It's like, again, Tim's already starting to wall in towards where his mills are. Things that are a little bit further out from his base. The next one over here as well, going to get walled in. He's actually heavily mining stone here, Tim is. This is quite interesting. Is he going to go for towers? Okay. Just to send 6 bills forward, he's going... I mean, what? Does he even know what a TC is? Well, he's going to find out. Yep, oh, there we go. Yeah, please, the tower. Okay. Well, if I was him, like, he's going to drop one here. For sure. No? He should drop. Okay, the reason why I would have dropped it here, because of the fact that you have to assume that this is going to be taken. Because he's got one shellfish pond on the back. That's not going to last him forever. Hasn't gone to the deer yet. So you either assume he's taken sheep or boar or something, which is unlikely. Oh, but here we go. Scouts moving in. And looks like no villas get picked off. There was one really low, but wasn't able to finish the job off. And that tower, yet again, being denied. And now we're going to see a market being put here by Winchester and probably a blacksmith just as far forward. Hastily building up a barracks here. And we'll wall in his stone mining camp too. Oh my goodness, this is not good for Tim. He's had a bad start. I would love right now if he just walls his villager in to deny this tower. Oh, actually we'll get... I think he just got deleted. And now he's just going to go round 2. No, not even round 2. Round 3. So tower will come up. He's not going to get denied. It can't get denied. And Winchester's probably not overly too worried by it. Because what's going to happen, okay? He's denied this front area. So the only thing he's really got to put a tower on is towards his stone. He's going to do that already, but the spearmen there are causing a couple of troubles here. Luckily for Spanish though, the building rate is ridiculous. And should be able to get that tower up in good time. That should stop Frantic from coming around the front. Now it's only from the back where he's got to be concerned about here. Winchester's now clicking up to the Castle Age. And if Vince's got enough stone, he should have plenty of stone. And he does. Now, he really has to be on his toes here. Okay, yeah, and he is. He's going to put a tower down immediately. And that should, in theory, stop this. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Even with 3 Spearmen trying to deny it, it's still going to go up way ahead. But if Tim can get his up, he can try and just block the stone off as much as he can. Oh, nice little bit of a juking there by the villagers. Is he going to try and rush this tower down with his villagers? It's in close enough range, and there's no supporting tower from either player. Yep, he's just going to rush it down. So Tim now is starting to kind of pay this up a little bit. The Spearman going to deter the scouts from Kirch from doing any damage. And meanwhile, it looks like a castle just now kicked in here for Sobi. Sobi dropping this castle right next to his gold. Going to keep that nice and safe. I'm surprised he dropped it on this side. Maybe I would have thought he dropped it on the left-hand side, because that's, he knows where his opponents will be. I feel like he could have put a TC here instead, but it doesn't matter. He just wants to make sure it goes up without having any problems, because he's walled his villagers in. Castle now coming up here from Vince, so he actually fortunately had enough stone to put a castle up at the edge. The question is, does Vince have the economy to be able to sustain this production? He's still got some war shellfish to take, which is great, and he's got a sheep. And with this tower going down, that's not too bad. Okay, so Warrior now up in the castle edge. 3 TCs, 1 at the back, 1 towards his gold, and of course his main starting one to begin with. He's actually got 1 stable up, looking like he's gonna be doing, of course, knights. It seems he doesn't actually have any upgrades on them, so looking to play a bit of a greedy game, I call it. These scouts, I don't know how effective they've been, but I can't say they've been amazing. But this is really good from Vinchester, though, sending those 2 conquistadors out. Just going to go straight on the aggressive here. I think Tim's kind of realised, it's like, okay, they're dead. But he's got to try and deny the stone wall from going up. Oh, missed the shot. That's unfortunate. $264 HP on this stone wall, though, so it won't take much to take it down. I like what he's doing here as well. He's just trying to take down these 2 parasitic walls, get a greater surface area over this with the knights, and try and break through the stone wall. That's what he should be doing anyway. Problem is, though, if he does break through, where's he going to go? Because the 2 stone walls on the left-hand side block off this entrance, and there's a TC right in the middle. So they're going to sensibly back off, and then look to try and find another way in. It's going to be very difficult, though. Conquistadors right now out from Sobi. Now with 4 conquistadors, 1 shot should, if they all hit, should basically kill a villager. Not a lot else happening at this point, really, to talk about much. Just the conquistadors trying to look for pickoffs here. And it looks like it's could go a late game in this one. Maybe Tim could be in a lot of trouble here. He is still in the feudal age, it seems, and what's he gonna do? Is he gonna try and what's he up to? He hasn't got the gold to go up. Ooh. Oh dear. Has he got a market? He's got a blacksmith. Oh. Excuse me, but that's not good. Sorry, lack of oxygen in the room. I'm not tired. This is bad. He hasn't got the gold. And I reckon when he thinks about clicking up, it'll give a Haven't got the 2 castles. Oh, okay. There's the panic market. There's the panic market. That's the I can't click up because I haven't got a market. And with that being said, though, look at Winchester. It's already got a siege workshop up and running, looking to try and put some pressure immediately on towards Tim. And with Tim actually dropping a small cheeky tower here, he must have spotted it as being a TC or something. Oh, did he see it by the fog of war on a shorefish? Is he checking the shorefish? If he is, that's insane. Oh, he is. He must have done. There's no way. Oh, of course, and the chopped tree here in a fog of war. But that, if he actually read it from the shorefish, that's actually insane. I think he picked it up from that tree though, but still. I would have liked to have been the shorefish because that's a really good game sense being noticed there by Tim. Mango's already up though, so that's a goodbye to that tower. Should get easily repaired up by the villager. Doesn't get shot down by that point. Unfortunately, the tower is also in TC range, so that's going to get knocked out actually. Meanwhile, though, Conquistos moving in, just pick off 3 villagers. Come on, pick her off, pick her off. Yes! Success. Well played there by Sobi. Just come in, take out a knight, 3 villagers. Monk's coming out in defense here from Kirch. Looks like Kirch is playing a very defensive approach. Doesn't look like he wants to get too much action. He wants to let his flanks try and deal with all the problems. And just get himself going on the economy. 60 vills, 64 and 48 to 71, 76 for CL here right now. And he's going up to Imperial Age. He's halfway up. Knights are actually in though, looking to pick off some vills. But with 76 villagers, with the Mayans, yeah, not too bad. It's actually probably another TC next to this woodline. A double TC coverage, just in case of the Knights, most likely. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, his lumber camp's quite far from the TC, but that's something you never really see. You're right at the back of the map, and you're doing a double TC like that. Something a bit unusual, but nonetheless, though, the Knights are trying to do some more raiding. Trying to shut off the gold supply, it seems, as well. With that as well, +1 defense on the bloodlines. I don't even see the barracks. Okay, wait, is he going for plumes? Oh, I hope not. CL, buddy. This is not a plumed archer game. I really think he should have probably gone towards the route of the Eagles. Just because the sheer fact that you're so much more effective early on. Okay, there we go. There is the barracks. I was getting concerned. I get the castle because he wants to get the El Dorado. But it just looked like it because he had like 800 wood, 400 food, and then like a ton of gold. The gold kind of gave it away, but the wood was kind of scarily high. So I was thinking, is he going to go for that 1,000 wood, 500 food cost? Ooh. Anyway, so he is going to go for Eagles. He is very late though in this. You know, this is by the time you actually hit Imperial. From Mayans, from a pocket standpoint, you should have had like 5-6 Raxes up by now. You should have got some upgrades in, and you should be pumping at this point as well. I know I'm sounding very critical, but these guys are 2K, so I expect nothing but 2K plus performances. Nonetheless, though, night raiding should come to an end soon. The monk is trying to convert something, but ends up healing. Wow, that knight just did not want to get converted, and they'll not both get killed off by the TC, but those pesky knights have now been resolved. Sobi, though, he is up to Imperial Age, and he's just been all over the place. Look at on the map, just like everywhere. He is everywhere with TCs, houses. He's now got some forward stables coming up too, just right outside the doorstep of Warrior, who's actually up a little bit further ahead of him on 86 bills to 104. Knights starting to be spammed out here. You could actually go for heavy camel. Wouldn't be a bad option. The gunpowder is a bit of an issue here from Conquistador, but considering it looks like it's going to be paladins from Sobi, it's not a bad option to run with. Especially considering the fact that on the Chinese front, you know, he is the only player who will be able to go paladin in this game, which is needed. So by just going pure heavy camel, you should be able to, in theory, be able to deal with this this Civ. If you're Persian. Winchester here right now. He's doing okay. It's 56 villages. Tim's on 63. Which I have to say, I don't know how that's even possible considering the fact that he kind of cocked up a tower rush. But he's a little bit ahead. He's actually dropping a castle right now. Just this spot is so contested. Now he's just dropping a castle just for the hell of it. But he wants to protect the gold. I guess it gives him a way to push out. Actually, monks coming out for him right now. Conquistador's moving in. Does Tim see it? One monk tries to convert. Doesn't get the conversion off. Two, in fact. So, well played there by Tim. And here come those Eagle Warriors now. +2 defense done, no attack upgrades. Has got the El Dorado though, which is really nice. That 100 HP, good god, that's terrifying. And with that though, they're going to start spamming across the map right now. Trebuchet also been created. Try and take out that TC probably. Maybe the castle. This would be a good time as well for Kershaw to maybe help out a little bit. I'm still a bit surprised. How is Kershaw, still it's behind? Warrior now up to Imperial, but he's under a lot of pressure. Full Knights, Cavalier coming in. Conquistador's backed up behind it as well. And Warriors on 10 military. Yeah, that is not ideal. All well and good being up in the Imperial Age, but you've gotta have something to back it up with. And GG gets called there by the Russian team. They know it's over. I mean, Winchester's dead, Warrior's dead, and Kirsch is gonna die after this. It was a weird performance. I mean, Tim did really well considering the situation he got himself into. Just turtled up, but like what? What was the objective here from the Russian team? Like, do they want to be aggressive, or do they want to play a defensive approach? Because I don't feel like they did either. I don't think they played defensive, but I don't even think they played aggressive either. Like, that was just a weird game. Like, what? Military quickly 63 to 12, 21 killed. Winchester lost 51. Technology, not too bad. 28-minute up Imperial. That's pretty good. 124 vills for the Spanish or Sobi. That was a weird game. I can't. I'm trying to figure out what the game was.